Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be learning how to make a DIY bralette using African prints. So stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, so as we all know, the basic bodice pattern is the foundation for all types of bodice or tops. So I have my already drafted basic bodice here. Should in case you don't know how to draft a basic bodice, I have dropped the link in the description box on the tutorial I did previously on how to do that. So I've drawn all my lines. This is my chest line. I marked quarter of my bust circumference on the chest line and on the waistline too. On the under bust line, I beg your pardon. So this is my under bust line, my bust point line, my chest line, and the shoulder line. So we are going to find quarter of our bust circumference and quarter of our under bust circumference measurement. Okay, so quarter of my bust circumference is 9.5, quarter of my under bust circumference is 7.5. So difference is 2. So that is going to be my dart intake. So I'm going to be measuring 1 inch on both sides of my bust span line like so. This is 1 inch. Then from the bust point, I've also come down by 1 inch. So everybody might not have a difference of 2 inches. It can be 1.5. Okay, so I'm already connecting my dart like so. And you know, from the basic bodice pattern tutorial, I told us you should always come down by at least 1 inch from the bust points. Okay, so now I am going to find the midpoint of my shoulder slant. Okay, like that. So like I said previously, from the bust points, I came down by 1 inch and I also went up by 1 inch. So from the 1 inch that I went up, okay, this is my center front. I will be connecting this to the shoulder line. So let me just link this to the mid shoulder like so. Then with my French curve, I'm going to blend out all the sharp edges like so, just like I'm doing. It's pretty simple like that. So we're cutting out this part. Okay, so I hope we got that illustration. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do now is to determine how much I want to reveal. So I'll be coming down by 6 or 7 inches from my shoulder line. Okay, then with my ruler or my curved ruler, I'm going to create the shape of the bralette so you can have a curve. Okay, so I'm linking that point to the under bust line like so. With my curve, it could be slanted. Okay, then for the side here, the bralette can get to the side, or it can be 1 or 2 inches for the side, depending on what you want. But I'm going to extend mine to the side like this with my curved ruler. Okay, so here is the pattern. Okay, so furthermore, we need to create some bust tightening at the top here. So to do that, remember this is 1 inch above the bust point line. Don't forget that point. We're still going to come back to that. So around the curve, we are going to tighten the bust a bit by at least 0.5 an inch, but we'll just be doing 0.75. Okay, on both sides of the cup like so. Then with my French curve, I'm going to link that to the 1 inch point I said we're going to come back to later. Okay, so let me just use my French curve to do that like so, and the other side like this. Okay, and that's it. So we're cutting out all of this. So now I'm labeling my patterns 1 and 2 so I don't mix it up. I'm going to cut out now and show us. So this is the part I've already cut out. Now I will be cutting out the dart intakes too. So this is what's going to form the cup for the bralette. So as soon as I cut out this, I'm going to be cutting out 8 pieces of this. That's like 4 each. Yeah, 2 will the 4 will serve as the fabric, the other 4 will serve as my lining. Yeah, so let me transfer them to my fabric and we'll see. So this is it. I've transferred it to my fabric and I've added 1/2 inch seam allowance around each of the patterns. So this first 2 for one side of the bust, the other 2 the other side of the bust, and then the fabric above is going to be my lining. I'm actually using the same fabric as the lining. And make sure you label the patterns, I mean on the fabric. Label it with chalk or something so I don't misplace the patterns together. So I'll take off my patterns now. I'll go ahead and join the pieces together, 2 to each. Okay, like that. So I've joined it. This is what it looks like. And make sure you want to clip. Make sure you clip around the curve, the seam allowance like this, so that when you want to iron, it's going to be very easy. And I forgot to mention, if you're using Ankara print like I've done, you want to add interfacing. I added on paper stay to give the fabric some form of stability. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So these are also my stripes. I'll be telling us the measurements I used later for the stripes. So right now I'm going to be joining the cups together, fabric and lining. But before I do that, this is my band. And the width of my band is about 3.5 inch. We'll be taking 1/2 inch for seam allowance. I also added interfacing to give it stability. Then the width of the band, or the length of my band, is my underbust circumference measurement. Then I added extra 1 inch. That's 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay. Then for the stripes, let me tell us the length I'll be working with. Already, the shoulder to the underbust length is 14 that I'm working with for this particular tutorial. So that means the half length for the back is going to be 14. Then we need to also add the extra 6 inches we took away from the shoulder to the point where the bralette will start from, remember? So that's a total of like 20 inches. I'll now add extra 1/2 inch to that. So in total, the length of my stripe should be about 21 inches thereabouts. Okay, yeah, so I hope we got that explanation. Yeah, your shoulder to underbust length, whatever you're taking out. Okay, so now I'm going to place the stripes in between the one of the cups and the lining. Okay, then I'm going to sew it 1/2 inch, from this point all the way down, from this point all the way down for boats and cups. Okay, so I've done that already. Make sure you give it a very good press. If you like, you can add wording to like pad it, but it's not really necessary. It's like doesn't really have any serious structure like that. Now you're gonna notch the midpoint of the band. Okay, then I'm going to place the cups like so. Be careful not to misplace the cups. Don't misplace the side for the one on the center front. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, so I just split the patterns like that, the cups rather. Okay, pin it together, and then we're going to turn it over. Before we do that, you measure 1/2 of your bust span from the center back to this point in mark it. Same thing from this end, you mark 1/2 of your bust span, and that will be the position where the straps will be at the back. So you place it like this and then flip it over like that. Use an office pin to hold it down. Same thing for this other side here. You place it at that point, flip it backwards, and then pin it down. So but I would like to sew the cups down first before I now fix the stripes. It's very easy. Now fold the cups inward like so. Okay, then fold the band because I want to achieve like a seamless finishing. I don't want my stitches to be showing outside, so I'll just fold it like this to the center, which I have already notched, and sew all the way down. Then when I get to the point when I'm going to put in the stripes, I'm going to put the strap like that and also sew it down. Same thing on the other side. So after sewing, this is what you're going to be having like this. Okay, so I'll just try to pull out gently, just gently. Okay, yeah, just pull out gently, basically. Okay, so after pulling out, you can see how clean it is. This is how your bralette should be very clean. Now I'll attach my loops to the other side. On this other side here, just fold 1/2 inch in and iron it. Then the remaining part of the straps, you want to cut out tiny strap like this. Is about 3 inches the length. You want to fold it and then place it in like so. About 3 should do. Mind you, you can attach this bralette to a peplum, yeah, and add zipper if you want to. So I'll just place the loops like so, take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down like I've done on the other side. So we're almost done. Oh my god, this is so colorful. This is it. So the last step, you're still gonna add a strap here that you'll use to like strap it together, and that's the end of the tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments, your reactions, share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.